Hello friends, in today's application development series, I will talk about an application I have developed for the franchise sector. Its name is CheckSmiles. Companies that work with franchise generally want to monitor and control the franchisees to whom they grant the brand. This is because any issues or dissatisfaction that arise here directly affect the brand's name. This application helps franchisors monitor multiple franchisee stores by adding them to the system. In fact, the process is very simple. What aspect do you want to inspect about the franchisee? You can create a survey form related to that. You can make scoring through this survey form. For example, you can create specific questions that assign a certain score for cleanliness, customer satisfaction, speed, and product display. Later, the answers to these questions are scored. For instance, as good, average, or poor. If the overall score for a question is 30, it could be 30, 20, or 10. Let's create a survey form as an example. Let's call this Test Management 2. Let it be a franchisee inspection form. Let's add a question to Test Inspection 2. Question 1. Let's say, how was the cleanliness? This question is worth 40 points. Cleanliness is important. There is an option for multiple choice. Is the option type single choice, or is it multiple choice? In other words, you can also define questions with multiple options. Is there an explanation or not? Can it send pictures? Yes. Can it send videos? Yes. Did we say okay? We are adding one more question immediately. For example, are new products being displayed? Let's say, since this is a system used in certain stores, I will explain it through that. For example, let's consider a famous brand in the clothing sector. Are the cleanliness and fitting rooms clean here? Are new products being displayed here? It is actually necessary for inspection checks, such as whether they immediately attend to those entering the store, to be conducted in these stores. We fill out a sample form for this. Are new products being displayed? We said 30 points here, for example. Let's say even 25 points. Yes, there is in the case of napkins. Let's choose. The system tells you how many points you have left out of 100. You currently have 35 points remaining. If we enter a lower score, we cannot publish the survey without reaching 100 points. This control is being conducted. Our customer is being attended to immediately, here as well. For example, we can again have images and videos. In fact, let's remove the image option. There should only be the possibility to send videos. If the manager encounters such a situation, they can also record the video and complete the survey form this way. Our questions are finished. Now we need to define some answers based on these questions. For example, how is the cleanliness? Let's say there is one option in the choices that is very good. It should be worth 40 points. Let's say it's valid. Let it be worth 30 points. Let's say it's bad. Intermediate scores can be entered, but I am giving this as an example. Let this also have a score value of 0. Again, we can change their scores from here. Are new products being displayed? Yes or no question. Yes. 25 points. Let's add 0 points for no. Does the last question ask if they respond to customers? Let's say very successful. Let it be 35. For example, let's say weak. Let it be 10. Let's say it's very bad. It should be 0. We have returned. Our questions are also finished. Now our survey form is ready here. Test Management 2. When we say going live, and we actually need to be able to see the dealers that we can publish. But it says that we currently have no dealers. Let's go into dealer management right away. Let's define a dealer. Let's say B001, for example. Let's name our dealer Test Dealer. I am filling these out as an example for now. Normally the form would give an error. However, I have disabled the errors to be quick. Our dealer has been added here. What did the Test Dealer system do for us? 2 QR codes were created immediately. In fact, this QR code allows us to access the audit survey. Now, since this QR code is dynamic, we can redirect it to any survey we want. Later, these are downloaded by the designers and placed into any design before being listed on tables or on exhibition boards hung for inspection. The security officer who scans these QR codes can also access this survey and answer these questions. Or, since this other customer who accessed the QR codes can also reach the customer survey in the same way, they are able to convey their complaints and suggestions here. In fact, this is how the system works. Now, we are going back to the form we created. We are selecting our dates, and we see the dealers that are already active in the system that we can publish to. We are immediately publishing this from the test dealer we created for testing. Later, when we say show the survey we created appears. Our survey includes the cleanliness status, submission of photos and videos, product display, and immediate engagement with customers. How do the two employees access this system? In fact, by clicking Add a User in the User Management section, we can define an interviewer and add a task manager from here. There is already an auditor that we have previously added to the system. The auditor has been added as Mr. Mehmet. We are now simulating his login to the system. For example, we have added Mehmet Günsür. When the auditor logs into the system, they can see their ongoing tasks. What are the ongoing tasks? For example, when we refer to our survey in this publication as a survey round, we can select it right now because we have one auditor. We say it is assigned, and now our auditor is assigned to this survey. Naturally, this audit survey also appears on their task list, which they can implement. This survey can be conducted using a QR code. It goes to the necessary dealer by obtaining the location from here. When the QR code related to it is scanned with the phone in hand, the survey we have prepared actually opens up. Afterwards, the auditor fills out the relevant audit survey for this dealer. They complete the audit by writing down their absences and sending it to the system. Additionally, the managers can obtain a report related to this test from the survey results section. The report indicates that this dealer scored 55 points overall, and it shows which questions they had weaknesses in. If videos and information were sent, they can be checked from here. Based on this, they can conduct separate reviews. He can obtain the general report. Since he is currently the only dealer, we cannot exemplify this here, but based on the overall situation, what is the general cleanliness status of this franchise? Is there an area where he is experiencing issues? In fact, they can conduct a detailed examination of these. We see different modules. For example, in the Device Addition module, a device can be added to the system and it is ready on that device. There are stands. On the tablet-equipped stands, there are some customer experience surveys that are supposed to express how customers are experiencing the service. Here we can actually add the devices from here. We can also manage the surveys within those devices in the same way. We can list special feedback from customers, specifically complaints from those who score below a certain threshold in the complaints section, and provide them as urgent alerts. We can think of it as a very mild audit system. Similarly, the satisfaction levels of the personnel. It can be perceived as self-contained. Thus, the company actually receives its diverse structure, along with the reports. Thanks to CheckSmiles. If I talk about the technical aspect again, the application is an MVC.NET project. While designing the intent side, a brand identity was created in the same way. We worked with a successful designer on the application's logo. I really like the logo. There are two different usages. Right now we can see one of them, which is selected in yellow and dark gray. A front end was created based on this design. I can say that the project was completed using MS SQL as the database. I believe this is a very essential topic for the franchise sector. This project is currently being used actively by some cafes and beneficial structures within Turkey. Thank you.